Welcome back to QSTV.
History usually remembers the ending of things. We remember the ruins, the fallen statues, the dust. But in the year 1255, in the heart of West Africa, a beginning was happening that would change the world's economy forever. Sundiata Keita, the Lion King, was dead. He had done the impossible. He took a broken collection of Mandinka tribes and forged them into the Mali Empire. But as the funeral fires dimmed, a terrifying question hung in the humid air. Can a legend be inherited? Most empires crumble the moment the great founder dies. But Mali was just getting started. This isn't just a story about kings and gold. It's a story about a family dynasty that became so wealthy they literally broke the value of money, and so sophisticated that their libraries were the envy of the world. Grab your gear, we're crossing the Sahara. First up to the plate was Sundiata's son, Mansa Uli. Imagine the pressure. Your dad is a folk hero. People are literally singing songs about him while you're trying to balance the checkbook. Uli was smart. He didn't try to be a warrior like his father. He became a statesman. He was the first to make the Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca, which signaled to the Islamic world that Mali wasn't just a bush kingdom, it was a player. But the royal blood is thin. After Uli, the Keita line started to wobble. Infighting, weak cousins, and palace coups nearly ended the dream. Then came Sakura. Now, Sakura is a fascinating character. He wasn't a prince. In fact, he started as an enslaved man in the royal court. But in a world of weak royals, Sakura was a shark. He seized the throne around 825. If this were a movie, Sakura would be the tough love general. He didn't just hold the borders, he smashed through them. He took Timbuktu, he took Gao. Under a man who wasn't supposed to be king, Mali became a superpower. It proves a point. Mali wasn't just about a family name, it was an engine of merit. If you've heard of only one African king, it's this guy, Mansa Musa I. When he took the throne in 1312, he didn't just inherit a kingdom, he inherited a literal gold mine. At this time, Mali was producing nearly half of the entire world's gold supply. Let that sink in. Half of every coin in Europe or the Middle East likely started in a Malian dirt pit. But in 1324, Musa decided to go on a trip. But he didn't travel light. Imagine standing in the middle of the Sahara Desert. You see a line on the horizon. It takes days for the line to pass you. 60,000 men, 12,000 servants, each carrying a 4-pound bar of gold. 80 camels, each carrying 300 pounds of gold dust. Musa wasn't just being religious. He was the greatest PR agent in history. He was putting Mali on the map. When he reached Cairo, he was so generous, handing out gold like it was candy, that he caused a massive inflation crisis. He flooded the market so bad that the price of gold plummeted. He is the only person in recorded history to personally control the price of gold across the Mediterranean with just his pocket change. But here's the educative part. Musa wasn't a flashy idiot. On his way back, he brought the world's best architects and scholars with him. He saw that gold fades, but knowledge is forever. This is where we talk about Timbuktu. Forget the middle of nowhere jokes. In the 14th century, Timbuktu was the Harvard of Africa. Musa commissioned the Djingarebe Mosque. He built the Sankore University. At its peak, Timbuktu had a library system that held hundreds of thousands of manuscripts. We're talking about advanced mathematics, astronomy, eye surgery, and complex law. While Europe was struggling with the Black Death and feudal lords who couldn't read their own names, Malian scholars were debating the works of Aristotle and the movements of the stars. This was the soul of Mali. It wasn't just the gold in their pockets, it was the ink on their pages. If you lived in 1330 and you wanted the best education on the planet, you didn't go to London, you didn't go to Paris, you went to the edge of the Sahara. But the higher you climb, the further you fall. Musa's son, Magan, wasn't his father. He was a spender, not a builder. And this is the personal event that hurts. The families started to eat each other. Civil wars broke out between different branches of the Keita family. They were so busy fighting over who got to sit on the golden stool that they didn't notice the neighbors were moving in. To the east, a new power was rising, the Songhai Empire. Led by a warrior king named Sunni Ali, the Songhai began to pick off Mali's cities one by one. By the 1460s, the crown jewel, Timbuktu, was gone. Mali didn't disappear overnight. It was a slow, agonizing death by 1,000 cuts. Trading routes shifted. The Portuguese arrived on the coast, making the Sahara routes less important. By 1670, the capital was sacked. The empire was gone, replaced by small chiefdoms fighting over the memory of what they once were. So, what's the takeaway? Is it just a rags to riches to rags story? Not quite. Mali gave the world a blueprint for African excellence. Even after the French colonized the region in the late 1800s, the culture of the Mandinka people remained. When they gained independence in 1960, they chose the name Mali for a reason. They were reclaiming a legacy of wealth, intellect, and power. Next time you hold a piece of gold jewelry, think about the camels in the desert. Think about the libraries of Timbuktu. And remember, empires may fall, but the stories, they're etched in the sand forever. Thanks for traveling through time with us. If you want to see more deep dives into the empires that built our world, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell.